Hello and welcome to Candid Conversations. I'm Sandra Seapack. Since all of us here on the show are big supporters of volunteer work, on today's program we're going to talk about volunteering and mentoring and how you can get involved to become a mentor and make a difference in someone's life for the better. Our special guests on the show today are Michelle O'Neill, a veteran and outreach program coordinator working with the Veterans Administration here in LA, helping other veterans. And also joining us is Linda Tischerman, President of Staff Support Incorporated. She's also a life coach, a mentor, author, and motivational speaker. Both will share some inspiring success stories with us about their dedication to volunteering and mentoring. Right now, though, I invite you to join my co-hosts, Becky Lantry and Dina Diamond.
Hello,
and we're going to open it up and talk about our own volunteering and mentoring stories.
I first want to, before we even get into that, I want to share, I read a wonderful story about a nursing student who chose not to have a party for her 22nd birthday. Instead, she spent her birthday going out and doing 22 random acts of kindness. I thought it was absolutely fantastic.
It is. It's something you don't even hear about.
Not
nothing, especially with a
20,
20-something year old.
That's very true. She did lots of wonderful things. She gave blood. She went to a neighbor and weeded their garden. She went to perfect strangers and offered to unload their groceries for them. Just little things that anybody can do.
Yeah, but look how much that did for somebody else. You know, it really made a difference.
Absolutely changed the day, and it's something that I really hope to do in the future. I don't think I can, one day wouldn't be long enough for me to have to do all the random acts I'd have to do on my next birthday. I would need about 3 days to get everything done, but it's definitely something that I'm going to put forth in my future.
That's great. And Becky, what about you?
I want to say volunteered and mentored. My daughter's school, when she was in grade school, I actually volunteered, worked with students to show them like direction. But after, grade school comes high school and even college. Some of these students still return to say, "Hi, Miss Lantry, I remember
And do you recognize them? That's the important thing.
I recognize them. So I know that I actually did something very right because they remembered.
Absolutely. Still to this day, I remember the 3 ladies that came into my kindergarten class and would let me read for them. That's something, it's been a long time. Once again, gets back to my age every time. But I'm telling you, it's a fabulous thing that you've done, and it really does stick with somebody for the rest of their life.
And it does make a difference. I think kids especially, get a lot out of that.
Oh, yes.
And hopefully today we're going to talk about this with our guests. I think that's really important that we're going to share that today, and we're going to go into that. So when we come back, we're going to talk with Michelle O'Neill, Outreach Program Coordinator with the Veterans Administration, and we're going to be right back.
Welcome to our home away from home.
Action!
When I came here, I discovered I could write.
I found the confidence to share my poetry, and now they're songs.
I got away from the trouble in my neighborhood.
Come check us out.
At the Pico Youth and Family Center.
Join us.
Or volunteer. Together, we can change our world.
That's a wrap.
Hey, slow down!
Right next to the library on 7th Street is the Santa Monica History Museum, where history comes to life for the entire family. Enjoy the exhibits, main gallery, the photo archive, research gallery, and much more. Come visit the Santa Monica History Museum, keeping history alive.
I thought I was all thumbs. Turns out they're green.
It feels good to focus on others.
My tax preparation skills are appreciated, and I don't have to wear a tie.
Nothing beats a great hand except lending one. Be a wise volunteer. Support seniors in maintaining balanced lives. Visit wiseandhealthyaging.org or call 310-394-9871.
Joining us on the show today is Michelle O'Neill, an Army veteran and outreach program coordinator for the Veterans Administration, helping homeless veterans in the LA area. Michelle has a BA in Human Services and is now working on her master's in social work at USC to continue to reach out and help other vets. Michelle's own life was turned around after 11 years in military service and admits the Veterans Administration gave her a second chance and her life back. Thank you so much for being with us, Michelle.
Thank
I'm very
you so
happy
much,
to see you
Sandy.
today.
And thank you, ladies, for having me.
And thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You know, success in volunteering is because everybody works together collaboratively.
Correct.
I think that really makes a difference as a team effort. So I was hoping maybe you could share some of your personal experiences to what volunteering and mentoring meant to you early on and why now that has, you know, changed things for you.
Well, basically, mentoring is everything to me. I had the opportunity of having a boss of mine at the VA mentor me to the point where I went from just a person with a high school education to a person that's right now working on my master's in social work. I'm really excited because I'm really willing to volunteer, which I have did previously at USC and also the Ronald McDonald House and also the VA. I'm really looking forward to helping with really inspiring other people to mentor, because that's what motivated me at 39 to go from a high school diploma to working on my master's, which is, I'm so excited.
What specifically did that mentor say or do that pushed you in that direction to really not just think about it, but to act on it?
She was like, Michelle, you have a blessing. I did outreach for homeless veterans basically in the Santa Monica area. I worked and collaborated with all the nonprofit and the police department in Santa Monica, which in terms was so exciting to me because I like when a community works, you know, together towards a mission of ending homelessness. And my boss was like, Michelle, you have a natural blessing and you need to move forward with this. You need to go back to school. And I was like, at 39, oh my God, no way. I was like,
that's a
really?
scary thing.
Really?
Yeah.
And she's like, you could do it. And I was like, okay. So I just went at it and just, I've been putting one step in front of each other and everyone's been really supportive.
And how did, you know, mentoring to homeless, I want to say homeless veterans or just homeless in particular?
Homeless, period. You know, when you're out there and you see the homeless population laying out on the street, you don't discriminate. You know, I work for the Department of Veteran Affairs, but if I see a homeless person, I'm going to give them resources for whatever community I'm in, because what we're really working on is collaborating our efforts to be one.
I actually, for maybe the second week of December, I did the homeless count in Santa Monica.
I love that. I did it too before.
And in particular, I was looking to see if there were homeless women. I did actually see one, just one, but the numbers are beyond belief. You just don't realize how many homeless people are either sleeping in their cars or sleeping under a bush.
Well, you know, I was homeless before, and being homeless as a woman, you're very cautious. So a homeless female might not look like they're homeless because the goal is to be safe and to stay safe. And to stay safe, you need to look accordingly.
You're extremely vulnerable as
very
a woman.
vulnerable.
So what
Yes.
did you do? How did you change your appearance? Did you find a safer place, not just going into different locations where you know that you'd be more susceptible? Hello?
Exactly.
Thank you very much. To violence or in danger.
Yes, what you do basically is you don't utilize the normal missions and things of that nature. You're always cautious of I was blessed because I had the VA, you know, and the VA having a homeless program. Matter of fact, it's the biggest homeless program in the whole nation with the Department of Veteran Affairs. So they're geared to deal with clients of my nature.
But the good thing for you is you turned your life around. You're a success story. You're a walking success story. And you now have the opportunity to give back. You can tell people what you have lived and the things that you've gone through. And now as a volunteer and mentor, you have the ability now to turn somebody else's life around.
And I'm looking forward to it.
And that's a big thing. That's a big thing.
I'm looking forward to it because, you know, it's easy to speak of, it's easy to say you can change your life, but when you're a living witness, that makes a difference, especially when you're mentoring.
Can you tell me how many people you do outreach to daily?
Wow, I have a whole team. Basically, our team reached from here to San Luis Obispo.
Wow.
So you're talking a real broad area that we cover.
Wow.
Yes, and we're really, I'm so blessed that our team is starting to grow. So now we're really gonna connect with the communities. What I learned from working with Santa Monica, that it's possible and you can do it a community at a time.
But it does need to be a community. You need to work with several organizations all working together to make this happen.
Exactly. And when you have the same effort going, the same goal, you're successful. And Santa Monica is a living witness of that.
So a person who's looking to volunteer, there are several different organizations that they can go to that will suit their special skills.
Yes, they basically should look within their community. From the Department of Veteran Affairs to the nonprofit organization, they're always opening their arms to volunteers to help, because it's, each one teach one, and each one is important towards the effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. Each one, teach one.
I like that. That's a
really
good play on
solid.
words. I like that.
Really solid.
That's really good.
So when you say the different organizations, we're talking anywhere from, when you say nonprofit, you're talking the churches,
All right, I'm talking churches, I'm talking the police department, I'm talking the neighborhood liquor store, I'm talking the person that walks their dog every day and know the spots that the homeless persons are in. When they collaborate with the organizations that are gearing their efforts towards the homeless population, we're more effective.
Can you see more young people now in the program helping and volunteering and people coming together as a team, as we talked about? A team effort really makes a difference.
Yes.
But do you see a lot more people coming together to do this and making that difference?
Basically, it starts at home,
Okay.
when the kids see the family, the mother and the
Right.
father out there volunteering and mentoring. That inspires them because they get to see how it makes a difference.
Okay, so it's the perfect example.
Yes.
It starts at home.
At home, right.
That's right.
So we as women should be taking our daughters and our sons
Yes.
with us when we volunteer when it's appropriate.
Exactly.
And that whole idea of pay it
I do.
forward.
And you know what? I started early on with my son, too. I think when he was like 8 years old, I dragged him with me everywhere I was going. But it made a difference. And that's why
Yes.
I'm saying now, today, I think it really does start at home. It makes a big difference.
It does.
And you're the living proof right here.
That it works.
That it works.
It
That's
does.
right.
It does
That's
work.
right.
It
Well, I want to
works.
thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much
Yes, thank you very
for
much.
joining
And
us
thank
and
you, ladies,
sharing
for having
the
me.
experiences that you have, had. And we're going to be right back after this message. Stay with us.
Hey! I don't know you.
Some problems are just too big to ignore. But don't take matters into your own hands. With the help of a mediator, you can find a solution. Mediators are volunteer professionals who can help you resolve issues without the high cost of legal fees.
Wonder if he's single.
Hey, I saw him first.
Oh boy, here we go.
Call us or reach out on the web if you'd like to volunteer or donate.
Good morning, sunshine. If he were, he'd tell you, right? You're too healthy to be. He didn't look sick. What if you weren't safe every time? What if he's sleeping with his ex? What if it broke? If you are HIV positive, what happens next?
You don't have to live with Mr. Doubt. Common Ground offers free testing and care for HIV and STDs, including hepatitis. Just stop by or call us.
It's time you know.
Experience Highways Performance Space and Gallery.
I knew my journey would lead me to a place
where I'd find a highway that I could travel to the beat of my own drum. Ride out the storm, 95 Joey died, but Deadly was born. And there would be no limits to the vibrancy of my performance.
Join us each week at Highways Performance Space and Gallery and live without limits. Log on to highwaysperformance.org.
Volunteering and mentoring means a great deal to our next guest, Linda Tisherman. She has literally made it her life's work helping kids of all ages as a life coach, mentor, and motivational speaker. Her website, talktotish.com, is growing in popularity and she is also the author of the book One Teen Story. As the president of Staff Support Incorporated, she's dedicated to helping others with seminars, coaching, and employee programs to help develop to their full potential in the workforce. Linda, we want to welcome you to Candid Conversations.
Hi.
Thank you
Well,
so
thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
I want to just, go right into it with you. Mentoring is really your passion. You are so passionate about this.
Yes.
And your website, talktotish.com, is a popular one among people of all ages, actually. I even went on the site, too. It was
thank
great.
you.
Yeah, it was great. Can you tell us a little bit more about your experiencing mentoring and how you got started and what really made you go into that realm of things?
Well, there's several reasons. Number one, at one point in my career, I was the president of the California Association of Temporary Services, and as such, we met twice a year, all the state presidents in Washington, D.C., and a program was introduced through the National Association called Preparing Youth for Industry. And when I saw the program, I went crazy because my daughter is a high school dropout. And I thought when I saw this program that maybe if there had been something around like this when she was in high school, she wouldn't have been so bored. She said she was told she was a special student, and so she thought she didn't have to try, and she got bored. And anyway, she dropped out. And when I saw this program, and it was all about life skills and goal setting and really teaching children and teens how to look forward in their lives instead of just at this very moment where they're, they're always in that moment with themselves. And so I took the program over. At the time I was living in the Marina. I took the program to Venice High School. I volunteered with the principal to implement this program, and he introduced me to an English teacher, and I spent 7 years in her classroom once a week.
How lucky for them. And how many lives did you change by doing that?
I'm sure I changed a few. I look to make a difference in one person's life when I'm working with a group. My favorite story of all time is my first class at Venice High School. I told all the kids in the class, I said, whoever does the best in this class and reaches their fullest potential through this class, I will hire. And the person who does the second best, I will place with one of my clients. And so I hired a young gal named Susie. Susie was the first of 13 children in her family to graduate from high school. She was pregnant, already had a child, married, and had absolutely no self-esteem at all. She started out with me part-time after school as a file clerk, and 10 years later, she was our CFO's assistant.
Wow.
And today, she is a magnificent assistant herself with a great career and a wonderful family, and I'm, to this day, still in touch with her, very proud.
Has it changed your daughter? Your mentoring, has it changed her completely, a little bit?
Well, I can't take credit for the changes in my daughter. I really have to say she did it herself. She had some major challenges to overcome, and she took her time to do it, but it was one of those tough love situations, and I had to stand back, and, it's always easier with somebody else's child than it is with your own.
That's true. Absolutely.
But it ignited a passion in me. It ignited a real need to be of service to the youth community. And I've chaired the education committee through the Santa Monica Chamber for many, many years. I'm involved with career fairs at Samuel High School. I've spoken at USC and Santa Monica College, several other colleges, organizations. It's what I love to do. It's what I love to do.
I said that right away. I said your passion is this. I could tell even when I went on your website. I could see it.
And is it just high school students?
Well, it started out that way, but with I had my first mentor when I was 35.
Okay.
And she was amazing. And woman-owned business, entrepreneur, phenomenal woman who said to me, if you listen to everything I tell you to do and you follow my direction, you'll be ready to open your own business in a year. And I said, no, I don't want to open my own business. Let me just be happy here. And 2.5 years later, I had staff support. So very successful, temporary service, staffing, careers, finding people jobs, matching people up. So I became mentor. I've mentored and coached people in and out of jobs for so many years that now, with the economy being what it is, and excuse me, but age discrimination is rampant. And so my own generation, the baby boomers, are really having trouble getting jobs. And so I find myself life coaching adults now into stop being insane and stop continuing to apply for jobs where you're just another application, and start thinking about what it is that you love to do and how you can make money doing it. And so that's my coaching now. It seems to be switching to more middle-aged women, baby boomers, who are realizing that we're not going to retire for a long time.
Right. That's
And
true.
we have to turn somewhere for some help, and women love working with women and helping women. And so it just seems like my path seems to be turning in that direction.
Good for you.
Well, are women, older women, are they hesitant to ask for help?
I find that women of our age are used to doing things the way we've always done them. And we look at the youth of today who's growing up with computers. I mean, you know, we had to count on our fingers and never heard of a calculator when I was in school. So it's a totally different mindset now, and it's almost like teaching and coaching my peers, women of my same age, that there is a different way of life to go, and that enjoy every day, and to learn something every day, and to not be afraid to ask for help from anybody.
Right.
And it's out there.
Has it affected any of the women that you've encouraged to become entrepreneurs?
Yes. Yes.
That's good.
Because
That's
of
very
that,
good.
are they then paying it forward and mentoring younger women?
I sure hope so. I sure hope so. I mean, you've got to pay it forward. You have to. I remember many years ago watching the Jerry Lewis telethon, and I had watched it over and over, as we all have, for many, many years. And all of a sudden one year I just said, why are we just sitting here watching this? Why aren't we doing something to help? And that's the first nonprofit charity organization I ever got involved with, and used to work the on-air phones at the telethon every year. It was really a lot of fun. But that's when I started beginning to give back, and realizing that giving back only nurtures my own soul.
It's a very rewarding thing to do, and I think we've all felt that doing volunteer work, you know, with the things we've done. It's a very rewarding thing, and I think for women of mid-career, you know, changing women who want to go into something else now, they're going to find it's going to be very rewarding too.
Right.
You know, very much so.
And don't you think that the mentor or the volunteer gets more out of it than the person you're helping?
I always feel, I'd much rather give than receive. It's, for me, it's so rewarding. It feels so good. I think of myself as an of service person. And the excitement that I get from someone else's growth as a result of something that I taught them, there's nothing like that.
We need more people like you, Tish. We need more people like you.
And we all should be people like
Absolutely.
that.
You know what? There really are a lot of people like me.
Right.
I find this in my community, and I know we're reaching out to several communities, but if you think about women in general, it's our nature to nurture.
Absolutely.
And
yes.
Well, I
Yes,
want
it
to
is.
thank you so much for joining us on the show today. You've given us so much insight into volunteering and mentoring and making a difference in other people's lives. And you're a proven success story of that.
Yes, thank you so much for coming. Such a pleasure.
Thank
you
you
so
for
much.
having me.
Thank
It
you.
was fun.
Volunteering and mentoring is something more of us can and should participate in. It works, and it's a win-win for everyone involved. Even in the smallest way, helping each other and volunteering your time makes a difference for the better in someone else's life. Our guests today have also discussed this, and we want to encourage you to get out there. Take your kids, volunteer, and hopefully we have inspired you to go out and volunteer and get involved, and you'll be glad you did. So we want to thank all of you for sharing your time with us today on Candid Conversations. Make it a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.